Check out these creatures. They're called reef backs. They're just so amazing looking. Completely harmless. They just swim through here, just enjoying their lives. A bunch of creatures growing on their back. It's just so cool. Hello and welcome to Tutorials with Larry. My name is Larry King and I hope to teach you something new today. So in our last tutorial we created our very first habitat. I've gone ahead and gathered a few more resources and I enhanced it a little bit, added a couple more pieces to it, added some more power, some more foundation and such. So now we've got a little bit more room to grow. And show you around here. A couple more lockers here. And basically everything that we needed to mimic the original life pod. Plus some nice windows to view the scenery. Okay, so when I first started making these tutorial videos, I really intended just to make a handful of these sort of introductory series videos, and this one's actually going to be the last one of that series. However, I do plan on making lots more Subnautica videos on some more advanced topics, so stay tuned for those. So today's tutorial, we're going to cover what I think is the first major milestone in the game, and that's something called the Seamoth. The Seamoth is the first submarine that you'll build, and it's small, but it's very fast and very versatile, and you'll really use it till the end of the game. So what we need to do is we need to go find the blueprints for the Seamoth, and we need to find the blueprints for something called the mobile vehicle bay. That's basically like a fabricator for creating these submersible vehicles for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do some searching around for that, and what I'm going to do before this video is over, I'm going to create a sort of a rudimentary map and kind of show you roughly where I found all these items. It's not going to be the same for everybody though. Just remember that when you first start a new Subnautica game, all those locations they're basically randomized. So but what I found from game to game is that those locations will be roughly in the same spot each time you play. So if you use my map as a guide, it should kind of help get you closer. Alright, so I'm going to go do some searching and I will see you soon. Okay, I think I found our very first piece that we need. So let's go grab that real quick. And basically anytime you see a box like this sitting on the ground, look, see if you can see inside of it. Oftentimes you'll see a piece. Let's go ahead and scan that. Alright, 1 out of 3. So let's keep looking, and I'll see you soon. Okay, almost exactly right where the other one was. Here's, looks like another piece. Alright, let's keep looking. Okay, I see another box there. Let's give this one a shot. Alright.
New blueprint acquired.
Now we just have to find the blueprints for the Seamoth and we're going to be good to go. Well, what do you know? Almost right near where we found that last mobile vehicle bay. Looks like some pieces of a Seamoth. Alright. Oh, and a bioreactor for free. Looks like I'd already found a piece of the Seamoth. It said I had 1 out of 3 already, so I don't remember actually doing that. But let's keep looking. Okay, looks like we might have found the last piece of the Seamoth. All right. Okay, let's open up our inventory here. Let's see what we need to do to build this thing. Okay, so these are all items we know how to build for the mobile vehicle bay. And same with the Seamoth. So I'm going to go ahead and start gathering some of these resources here, and we'll see you back at our house. Okay, so I know this wasn't part of what we were doing here today, but this is a really important blueprint to find. Alright, looks like we need to find another one. Generally they're right around the same area. Already got the Sea Glide. I'll keep looking. If I find the other beacon fragment... Oh, looks like I found it right here. Get some oxygen. So what the beacon does is it lets you put basically sort of a radar signal anywhere you want. Which is cool about this is say you find some cool cave or some ruins or something in the game and you want to get back there later, you can drop a beacon in place and it'll show up on your HUD. You can also use it to, when you start building your house way out in the deep, so you can find it again. So just like I promised I would, here's a kind of a rudimentary map that shows roughly where I found the locations of the Seamoth blueprints as well as the mobile vehicle bay. So if you look at this map, the letter L there in the middle, that's going to be roughly where the basic life pod is that you landed on the planet in. And then of course you can see the aurora there. The red area around the aurora, that's the radiation zone. So if you haven't made a radiation suit yet, you're going to need one if you're going to get within that zone. So if you look at the map, the pink dots are where I found the mobile vehicle bay fragments, roughly in that area. And the green dots are going to be where I found the Seamoth fragments. So like I said, it's going to be different for every person's game, but I think generally kind of near where the original life pod is, kind of in that one sort of safe area, you're going to find most of this stuff. Anyway, hopefully this map helps a little bit. Okay, I think I have all the resources necessary to build the mobile vehicle bay and the Seamoth, so let's go ahead and do that. In the meantime, I did put a beacon out by the house here. I'll show you how that works here in a second. And I also built myself some swimming fins and a better oxygen tank, so I don't have to keep coming up for air all the time. Okay, mobile vehicle bay. This one takes a minute. Okay, so what you need to do is actually bind this in one of your quick slots. It looks like it already did that for me. So let's go ahead and go outside. Now you want to put this in some place that's fairly deep because eventually we'll be building things other than the Seamoth, so some larger vehicles. This looks like a good spot here. So close to our house, and see, you can see the beacon there, just floating right above our house. So if you're 10,000 meters away, you can still see it. So it's kind of a cool way to mark a location. So let's go ahead and drop the mobile vehicle bay. Just right click, and then we've got to climb up there. All right, and you got these little fabricator robots that'll do your bidding for you. So let's go ahead and use the bay. And looks like there's one vehicle we can make. Seamoth.
The Seamoth is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
Sense of humor there. Alright. There we go. So let's go check it out. Pretty cool, huh? So go ahead and left click to go inside.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And you'll notice on the lower right corner there's a temperature gauge. There's also a power meter. You will need to replace the batteries in here or keep them charged with other means that you'll find later in the game. And then there's a health meter. So if you bump into things, it'll actually damage the Seamoth, or if you find some nasty bad guys out there, they can damage the Seamoth as well. But just like the Sea Glide, if you right click, you can turn the external light on and off. And of course that does use more battery, but this thing is pretty cool. Now at the top there's a depth meter. This thing will go as low as 200 meters. Eventually you can find ways to upgrade the Seamoth and actually get get that much deeper than 200 meters, but for now, for this part of the game, that's a pretty good depth to explore. Now, one thing you can't do is you can't pick things up, you know, when you're inside the Seamoth. So if you want to grab a bladderfish or something, you can't do that. You actually have to exit the vehicle. Another cool feature of the Seamoth is that it also acts as its own beacon. So let's go ahead and get out of the vehicle. And if you, oh, we're in the radiation zone. But if you get far enough away, you can see it pops up on your HUD for where you left the Seamoth. So that's kind of useful too. Okay, well, I think that concludes the video for today. Like I've stressed before, just explore the game, just have fun, build lots of cool stuff, and I look forward to seeing you all again in some videos on a few more advanced topics down the road. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope these tutorials have been very useful for you. Thank you.